Back in the 90s, surfing the web felt different. Browsing wasn't influenced by algorithms. We stumbled across websites and topics that wouldn't have been surfaced to us otherwise. And web pages had fewer ads with more content per square inch. It felt like the entire world was available to us for the first time. In this video, I'm taking a look at a few of my favorite websites in 1999. We'll be using the Wayback Machine to browse the web. So let's fire up Internet Explorer and start exploring. I'm Alex, and this is Retro Tech Dreams. Let's start by taking a look at personalizing your computer. Ratloaf.com was one of the earliest websites dedicated to sharing screensavers. On the homepage, if I scroll through here, we can get a list of the featured or top downloads. Look at this Hellfire screensaver. Looks like they added an animated GIF to make it look like your screen's on fire. We also have the drawing hand screensaver. This one looks like it's taking drawings or paintings, and then this animated hand comes through and reveals the image underneath. It comes with a few images, and it looks like you can download others as well. Of course, always a favorite screensaver are any of the aquariums or aquatic screensavers. These were available in many different versions, including like Windows 98 Plus, After Dark, as well as free ones available online. And then we had a few screensavers for slideshows. Looks like they're using a couple different use cases. This one's for baby pictures, this one's for other photos. What I like about these old websites is sometimes the download links still work. So if I want to download this waterfalls screensaver, I can click this and download the screensaver directly to my hard drive from the Wayback Machine. All right, let me scroll back up. I really like the Hellfire screensaver, so I'm going to open this one up. I love these old publisher websites. So if you scroll through, we can see what this screensaver looked like. Looks like they have its own control panel to customize some of the options, including the fireworks, the explosions, and then the resolution. It looks like this screensaver was shareware, so we could evaluate it for 10 days, and then after that, the request that we actually buy it for $16. We can even change the colors. Looks like we can modify the gradients of what the flames look like. But this was a pretty impressive screensaver. I definitely would have liked to use this on my computer in the 90s. On freeware and shareware websites at the time, there were usually prominent promotions for WinZip. So you can see we have WinZip in the sidebar as well as WinZip at the very top of the homepage. WinZip was always the software offered on every single website. And I bet it was because of these freeware and shareware websites that WinZip became so popular. Another screensaver website was Ultimate Screensavers. If I scroll through, we have the Marine Aquarium again. We have a few other ones like Rocketman, Sleepy Hollow, Swarm of Bees, Volcano. Let me click on one of these. And here it is. They're using actual 3D images here, probably to compete with some of the earlier After Dark screensavers that just use more simple GIF animations. As I'm browsing these websites, I literally just went to a few pages and I'm already getting these pop-ups for different freeware and spam. We definitely have a lot of ads on the web today, but we don't see pop-ups like this anymore. We could also customize our browsers. Neoplanet was based on Internet Explorer 4 and supported custom skins. Look at all the category of skins available. We have skins from different studios and brands like USA Networks, Universal Pictures, Interscope Records, MTV. We also have some from Lycos. It looks like Lycos owned Neoplanet by this point because we have the Lycos logo on every page. But I'll scroll through here and look at all the different options we have. We have Titanium, Nightshade, Neon, Wild Browser, Treasure Chest. These skins definitely remind me of Winamp skins. Let me click into one of these. This design reminds me of the skeuomorphic designs from the early 2000s. And then it looks like this person's a pretty popular developer for these skins because a lot of these were features on the homepage. This one looks very futuristic. I probably would have used this one when I was in the 90s. This looks really cool to me. The Titanium skin looks like QuickTime Player 5 with the brushed metal. Neoplanet also had channels, similar to AOL and CompuServe in the 90s. Clicking into the page source of these files, it looks like these are just simple lists of bookmarks. But unlike services like AOL and CompuServe, all of these channels were free to use. Next, let's take a look at eBay to see what people were selling back in the 90s. Here's the category for laptops and notebooks. Look at this yellow background. These were premium upgrades that sellers can use to position their listing at the top of the page. Looks like we have some Toshiba, some Dells. Wow, ThinkPads were still expensive back then. $1,600 with currently 19 bids. Scrolling through this list, I want to buy every single one of these. eBay also had a category dedicated to PDAs. I'm a huge fan of PDAs. I own a lot of Palm Pilots, Handsprings, and Newtons. I think PDAs are one of the best entries into retro computing because they are readily available on eBay today for $30. Often run AA batteries, making them still portable, sync over USB, and there's a massive collection of available software and games available for download. Look at the very top, we see these collections of software packages, 10,000 Palm software programs in one collection. Look at the compact iPack, 2 bids already over $530. The Palm Pilot 5X, 8 megabytes of storage, already up to almost $300 with 31 bids. And here's the Rocket eBook Pro. This was one of the very first e-readers available. Over $300 with 8 bids. Here's the Palm 7. Looks like included with a keyboard and smart pad. Over $425. This is definitely one I would want. Let's head over to take a look at the PC games for sale. Pac-Man Video Arcade. 1,000 games for PC on 2 CDs, no reserve. 1 cent. Currently 9 bids. Chessmaster 8000. And then we get down to what looks like people are reselling their games. Diablo with a strategy guide. Myst, the Masterpiece Edition, includes a retail box. Midtown Madness. Cats 4, your virtual pets, with a new box. Leisure Suit Larry, Love for sale on CD. $3. But looking through the list, it doesn't look like anyone's actually bidding on these. The hardware products were way more popular. eBay also had a category for internet games. So it looks like people are selling a lot of EverQuest items. Someone's selling a good Ultima Online account for $50. Looks like they're selling 100,000 gold for $30, and no one's bidding on this. But scrolling down at the bottom, we can see that some of these are hot items. So for example, this one is currently at $810 with 37 bids. eBay had a category within computers called other hardware, so I had to click into this to see if it was included. Looks like we see a lot of Epson color cartridges, only $6 or $4 for these. No bids. I bet these are knockoffs. I don't think these are official coming from Epson and Canon at these low prices. Looks like they're selling Texas Instrument computers. Lots of bids here at $120. The HP 620LX color screen, 11 bids is $73. People are selling video cameras, Sound Blaster cards. Someone's selling a PC certification course with a diploma for $25, currently 4 bids. It looks like they're also selling PCMI CIA cards. Maybe these are new, they're selling for $30. Going through these listings reminds me of just how much riskier it was to buy from marketplaces at the time. But after browsing through this website, eBay from the 90s still feels a lot like eBay today. It also has a lot more features today, like better filtering and email alerts. And eBay is the only website in this list that I still use every day. BoingBoing.net felt like internet exploration at its best. It featured original stories covering any topic, no algorithms, so we got a broader selection of content that would never be surfaced to us today. I'll browse a few articles. Here's an interview with the creator of Ren and Stimpy, which was one of my favorite shows as a kid, especially the early episodes. Here's an interview with Pauly Shore about the movie Biodome. Biodome is the headline. Looks like the author of the article was actually on the set of Biodome when they wrote this. And here's an article about shopping at the 99-cent store. It looks like at the time, 99-cent stores still only sold products for up to 99 cents. They had not actually seen inflation beyond that. Look how simple the website was. Even the page URL, it just called 99.html. I don't see any ads on this page, but in the sidebar, it looks like we have ads for Amazon that link to the website. Look at this old Amazon logo. I'm gonna click on this one, and we're on Amazon.com. I completely forgot about the tabs that they used to use at the top of the pages. They even had Z shops, which I think allowed people to sell their own products on Amazon before they had fulfilled by Amazon. Apparently they had auctions as well. Look at this. This product only had 10 reviews total. And I like this button over here. This says click here for the Amazon homepage. Next, let's grab some away messages for AOL Instant Messenger. There were websites dedicated to sharing creative and funny away messages and buddy icons. I'm on awaymessages.com, so let's take a look at what they have. Let's see. Before you criticize someone, you should walk a mile in their shoes. That way, when you criticize them, you're a mile away and you have their shoes. Back in the 90s, it felt like most away messages were either music lyrics or quotes from stand-up comedians like this one. If life gives you lemons, throw them at someone. A day without sunshine is like night. I've fallen and I can't get up. I dropped my keyboard. When I find it, I'll get back to you. Help, I can't find the spacebar. Here's another website, AimIcons.net, with their away messages. Hey, insert screen name, you're ugly, I'm busy away from the computer, so go away. This %N inserted the user's screen name who was viewing the away message, so it looked like the person that posted the away message just wrote their screen name in there for everyone else to see. Doing something more important than talking to you, like spinning in my computer chair, so be back when I can see straight. That is a sick burn. This website also published how-to guides for AOL Instant Messenger. On AIM, your buddy list always included an ad that would cycle through. But it looks like if you use notepad.exe, you can navigate to the AIM95 folder, open up this file called aim.odl, and actually remove the text that loaded the advertising. Then when you save the file and relaunched AIM, there wouldn't be any ads on your buddy list. You could also find out if your friends had secret screen names that they would use in addition to their main ones by going to find a buddy and then searching for their email address. Websites like Xprofile and Subpages gave AIM users their own web pages to customize and then link in their AIM profiles. Xprofile URLs included your screen name as a query parameter, so the owners of Xprofiles could see which of their friends clicked on the link. This visibility caused a lot of drama for people. It would expose crushes and people who you never actually gave your screen name to but were looking at your profile. Xprofile supported polls, image uploads, background music, even custom mouse trails. And we could still visit people's Xprofiles today to see what they were like. Look at the custom mouse trails that are following my cursor around. Different polls on every page. Here's something called the love tester. You would type in 2 AOL screen names and it would calculate how compatible you were. And then when you clicked on their AIM name link in their profile, your username, your screen name got added to this list, showing exactly who their friends were. People included links to their current Winamp playlists: New Found Glory, Goldfinger, Jimmy Eat World, Linkin Park, NoFX, System of a Down. People included polls like, how do you like the new Eminem CD? These pages had guest books that people could view and post on. X profiles and sub profiles were like your corner of the web. They were much easier to update than a GeoCities page, and they included tracking to see who of your friends visited your page. Because you listed it in your AIM profile, all of your friends saw it pretty much immediately when you published it. Looking back at it now, these profiles feel like the very first steps into social media. CNET covered emerging tech trends from the 90s and included a few predictions of where people thought tech was heading. Back in 1999, the iMac was still new, imitators were starting to pop up, and people were still questioning the early design decisions. CNET took a closer look at the absence of the floppy drive, which was unheard of at the time in a consumer PC. And it also fueled speculation that the iMac was originally made for the education market, serving as network computers that didn't need floppy drives. USB was just launching too. There were questions on who would win out between USB and FireWire. Looking back, USB and FireWire didn't compete but complemented each other with their unique strengths. Or USB and Device Bay. Device Bay was a new standard from Compaq, Intel, and Microsoft that never materialized. I don't have a good answer for why not, but I think it was due to Device Bay's high costs and the fact that USB was already in market at the time. CNET had an article on the future of MP3s and music. The Recording Industry Association of America was trying to create their own MP3 file format. They put together a group of record industry and tech executives to form the Secure Digital Music Initiative. With this initiative, MP3 files would have DRM copy protection, but SDMI-compatible music players and software never picked up. And maybe that was because it was still too easy to rip a CD and save each track as an MP3 by that point. Musicians were experimenting with new formats too. Public Enemy released one of their albums on a zip disk, which is now a pretty rare find on eBay. And internet radio was launching. AOL bought Spinner.com, which had a large selection of artists, on-demand music, and was an early internet music service where you couldn't download the MP3 files. Next, let's take a look at some of the best products in 1999. These products received an editor choice rating from CNET. So I'll start with best games in 1999. On the list we have Alpha Centauri, Unreal Tournament, no surprise here, Soul Calibur, NFL 2000, World Driver Championship. I have a confession to make. I've played Alpha Centauri, but I've never gotten into it. I need to go back and play this again. Let's take a look at the best hardware from 1999. They have the Pollywell Poly 800K7. I looked this up. This was a really powerful gaming PC that sold for $4,300 in 1999. We also have the VDFX Voodoo 3 3000, HP DeskJet, Apple iBook, and Creative Labs. Looks like this is a set of speakers for your computer. Here's the list of the best consumer electronics from 1999. Kodak point-and-shoot camera, 3Com Palm 7, Neopoint 1000, Creative Labs Nomad 64, this was an early MP3 player, and the Sony Aibo, the pet robot dog. They put together the list of the top software of 1999 too. We have Office 2000, Photoshop 5.5, which is one of my favorite applications from the late 90s. I did a video on this too, so take a look at that after this one. We have Real Player Plus G2, ICQ, and Microsoft Money 2000 Deluxe. Finally on my list, the year 1999 can't be complete without Y2K prep. Let's take a look at the precautions CNET put together to recommend it to all users. First thing for Windows users, to apply the year 2000 update for Windows 98. Looks like they missed a few things like conflicts with leap years and expiration dates for Microsoft Wallet. Windows 95 also got its own Y2K update. And Outlook Express was not Y2K compliant. It looks like IMAP email messages only had the 2-digit date instead of the 4-digit date. After making those updates, third parties made software to scan and test your system to make sure it was fully compliant. And of course, all of these were paid tools that people had to purchase. Mac users had to take a few precautions too. The Mac OS and system operating systems were Y2K compliant, but not every software was. Business applications like FileMaker Pro needed to be updated, putting entire databases at risk. And CNET ends its Y2K prep guide with some fun. They have screensavers and countdown clocks for Y2K. That's my list for today. I have a ton more websites I want to highlight, so let me know in the comments if you want another video just like this one. But I'll leave it here for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you in the next one.